Hello, Morning Mimosa viewers. This is Holly, the founder. And as you guys know, this is Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities. Oh, y'all, this one is another tough one to do. As you guys know, a lot of these cases are really hard to talk about because, like I said, they're unsolved and there's not too much information. But on June 27th, 1995, Andre Price Jr., who was 21 years old at the time, was gunned down in the Denver Montbello neighborhood, specifically 5563 Yerba Way, the intersections of Randolph Place and Potomac Way in Montbello, Denver. It's another one of those cases where you shake your head a little bit, because even back then Montbello was it was heavily populated even back in the 90s, so somebody definitely knows what happened to Andre Price Jr. that day. Andre Price was born in Chicago on September 28, 1973. The following year, Andre and the family moved to Denver. He graduated from Montbello High School in 1992, where he played baseball and was known as a class clown. He had a passion for baseball, and he attended many camps and tryouts for many minor leagues. He was studying psychology and real estate at CCA, and then he worked as an apprentice electrician, installing and repairing fixtures for DPS. He also had an interest in cars, specifically cars from the 1960s and 70s. He worked at his father's car lot, and he enjoyed working on cars and fixing them up. On the evening of June 27th, 1995, Andre was visiting his sister-in-law's house in Montbello, Denver. This gets sadder. Her son testified against a gang member a month earlier. According to this, 4 men came to the house and shot Andre 7 times in the back. Another gentleman by the name of Jerry Barker was also shot. Andre's mother, Miss Suzanne Price, says someone knows who did it, but they're not coming forward. He was also the father of a 3-year-old daughter at the time. That young lady is now a mother herself. So Mr. Price now has a grandchild that he will not meet because some people are evil that way. No matter what the circumstances, Andre deserves justice. Miss Suzanne and Andre Sr. deserve justice for their son. His siblings deserve justice for their brother, and his daughter deserve justice for her father. She was a toddler when her father was killed. On the evening of June 27th, 1995, Andre Price Jr. was gunned down at 5563 Yerba Way in Montbello, Denver. Ladies and gentlemen, that was 28 and a half years ago, and no one has been held responsible for that. I don't care how many years it takes. Andre deserves justice. He was 21, for Christ's sake. He had the rest of his life. You guys heard everything I just read about that young man. He was going to school. He was an amazing father. He went over to his family member's house and got shot. Where's the compassion? Where's the love for that young man who just wanted to live his life? You heard everything I just read about him. He was helping his father fix cars in his lot, and he was enjoying that. He loved baseball. He loved his daughter. He had a bright future ahead of him. Had Andre lived, he'd be 50. He'd be 50 years old. But you guys, people that hold on to these secrets, especially secrets of murder, I like to plead with you guys every time. Why do we hold on to secrets like that? Especially secrets that we know affect another family. This was somebody's son. And for Miss Suzanne, it was her only son. Where is the compassion for that? Alrighty guys, as you guys know, I like to play clips to make sure that you guys get as much information. So if somebody knows something, they can come forward and say something. Now this is courtesy of the Denver Police Department. This is information pertaining to Andre Price Jr.'s homicide. Now I want to let the family know I'm only doing this for one reason, and one reason only, and that's to seek justice for your loved one. I love Montbello. I love Colorado. I love this nation. And I only want justice. So once again, this clip is courtesy of the Denver Police Department. Cold case of young Andre Price Jr. Let's take a listen.
This is Denver Police Department case number 1995-696-688, which is the cold case homicide investigation of Andre Price, which occurred on June 27th, 1995. Andre was shot in the 5500 block of Yuba Way. He was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced shortly after arrival.
Andre was my firstborn, my son. He was just everything to me.
That is the voice of Miss Suzanne.
He just had it. He was a
And
sharp
that's
young
Mr.
man.
Andre Price
Andre
Sr.
is my stepson, this little boy, just so full of energy.
We spent like pretty much every day together. He was my best friend.
On June 27, 1995, District 5 officers were dispatched to 5563 Yuba Way on a shooting. Just before 10 p.m., 3 black males approach the house from Randolph. When they got to about here, Andre and the other 2 victims were out front. There was a brief verbal exchange and shots were fired.
This day it had rained. It had rained in different parts of town that day.
He came in and he says, Mom, said, can you watch Desiree, which was his daughter? He said, I wanted to go hang out with my cousins. And then I get a phone call about 10:30, and they said Andre had gotten shot.
My wife called me, and she let me know there was a problem.
And I said, we gotta go. Andre's at the hospital. Something happened.
I was told that my brother was in the hospital, and I said, okay, because that's my big brother. He can handle anything. He'll be okay.
When I got to the hospital that night for Andre, I already knew. I knew before I went in. They hadn't taken Andre down to the morgue yet. But when I walked through the door, they had him split open. You already know.
The fire department told me he died in the streets that day. He died for it. And it still hurts me right now today because I don't know who killed my child. It's been going to be 22 years, June 27th. I don't know who killed him. I need to know. They say you can't bring him back, but I know I can't bring him back, but I would still like to know, all this senseless killing don't make sense.
Who did this? They destroyed our family. And I just want justice.
He had all the potential in the world. His life was just taken much too soon.
We have a lot of witnesses that night that I believe know more than what they're telling us. Just a small piece of information that they have not shared with us could be exactly what we need. Anybody out there, any witnesses or anybody that has information on this case, call Crime Stoppers, leave that information. You can do it anonymously.
You took my only son. I want their only son, if they had one, so they can feel the pain and the hurt that I went through and I'm still going through.
I just need to know. I'm asking now. I need your help.
That video was recorded in 2017. So that was 6 years ago from when I'm recording this episode. But you guys heard the pleas of his mother, Suzanne, his father, Andre Sr., his stepmother, Miss Caroline, his sister, Kimberly. I need people to understand one thing. It doesn't matter something has happened. It's been many years since Andre passed, 28 and a half. Actually, it's 28 and a half to the day. Somebody knows something. Somebody saw something. It was a group of three or four boys or men or whoever. Which means you four or three or however many was there that fateful night have been holding a secret in for 28 years. What kind of bond is that? Where you can hold on to something that you've known for 28 plus years. Knowing that Miss Suzanne and Mr. Andre and Miss Caroline and Miss Kimberly are suffering. And you know what happened to Andre. Obviously, with People testifying against gang affiliates. There's a motive there. So that means somebody definitely knows something. It's time to come forward. It's time for Andre to get justice. On June 27th, 1995, Andre Price Jr. went to visit his sister-in-law at 5563 Yerba Way in Montbello, Denver. Unfortunately, that night, some assailants pulled up, an altercation occurred, and Mr. Price was shot. It's been 28 and a half years since this occurred. And the only thing I'm asking for today is justice for Andre Price Jr. If you know what happened on that summer night in '95 in Montbello, Denver, please call Crime Stoppers. I apologize. At 720-913-7867. You guys can be anonymous. Let's get this family the truth and some justice. Once again, call Crime Stoppers at 720-913-7867. It's time for us to speak up. It's time to stop holding in secrets. Andre was 21 years old with the rest of his life. And had he lived, he'd be 50. It's time to speak up for all victims. Stop holding in secrets. It's time for justice. Rest in peace, Andre Price Jr. I hope to get you justice soon. Hey guys, this is Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities. Until next time, thank you so much for listening.